Hi, I'm Izzy, and this is Dizzy Quilts and Sews. Welcome to episode 47 of hashtag Friday Sews. Before I get right into it, a big thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, who created this wonderful hashtag. All right, so hashtag Friday Sews is all about chatting to all of you and to each other about our weeks in the sewing room and a little bit about life. Well, I didn't get much done in the sewing room again this week because work has just been crazy. Um, but I did get to play around with my Luna pants pattern this week and made some really good progress on fitting them to my body. And I took a few pictures of the results I was getting so that I can kind of talk you guys through what I did, what adjustments, why I did those adjustments, and so on. So I cut the pattern to my size, which was a size 1 based on my hip measurements. The waist doesn't really come into it much because it's an elasticated waist anyways. So I based the size I chose on my hip measurement. So I cut the pattern, and then because Sue, who had recommended the pattern, said that she had done them in woven, in stretch, or knit fabric, I knew I was going to start with the knit fabric first because I do love a good knit pair of pants. So I cut some leftover scuba that I had from making my latest, I think it's my latest, yes, my latest Metro Blazer. So it's a magenta scuba. Now I didn't have enough of the fabric to cut the entire legs, so I basically cut them as shorts just to make sure that it would fit over my bum, over my tummy, and it wouldn't cut into me, that kind of thing. So I cut the magenta scuba and did no adjustments whatsoever. And this is the results I got. So some drag lines, some pulling in places. I did like where the waist ended up on me. So the Luna pants are not high-waisted. They're about a mid-rise, I would say. And I love where they ended up on me. But I could tell from the pictures that I needed a little bit more room at the inseam only. There was not a whole bunch of extra fabric in the front. They didn't feel super tight across my bum. So yeah, and just reading the wrinkles or reading the lines, I figured all I would need is extra room in the inseam and a low seat adjustment, which I'm now learning I pretty much need to do on all patterns. And you can tell I need a low seat adjustment because I get a bit of a wedgie. So like basically what a low seat or a low bum adjustment means is your bum is a little bit lower than what the pattern was designed for. So yeah, and I'm finding I have to do this for pretty much every pants pattern I make. So here's what I did after putting together my muslin. I took my back pattern piece and I added 1/2 inch, and you can see this is the cut line from the original pattern, and I added 1/2 inch to the inseam, grading it down to basically nothing because at the thighs they were fine. So added 1/2 inch there. To account for my low bum, I scooped out here a little bit and made it more of an L shape to accommodate my bum. And that was it for the back. And for the front, I did the exact same adjustment at the inseam, just adding a 1/2 inch over here and tapering it down to nothing at the thigh. And then once I made those adjustments to my pattern, okay, let me just put this aside. I made a second muslin with, again, some leftover scuba. And now just a note about why I chose to go with scuba. So two things. First of all, they were leftover fabrics from other projects that I knew I would not use for anything else. So perfect. Scuba's a knit, but it doesn't have a whole lot of stretch. And most fabrics that I would use to make pants would not be super stretchy. Like I would never use a jersey or a viscose jersey to make pants for myself. I just wouldn't. So I would use interlock, I would use Ponte, scuba, French terry, and none of those have an enormous amount of stretch. So I knew that with the scuba, it would give me a really good idea of the adjustments I still needed to make or needed to make. So for the second pair, I went with my black and white scuba, leftovers again from my Metra blazer from the holidays. And this is the results I got. So as you can tell, the drag lines in the back are miraculously gone. Like I just could not believe it. And they still fit in the front just fine, except that again, in the front, I don't have any of those drag lines. So I was super, super happy with my pants, or with my shorts, I should say. The only thing is I decided to wear them for a few hours just to see how comfortable they were and how they would move with me. And when I sat down, you know, most people spread a little when they sit down. So when I sat down, because I just basted them together, I could feel the seams wanting to pop in places. So in my final pattern piece, the scooping out in the back that I did, I scooped out by about a 1/4 inch. I added that 1/4 inch to the side seam of my back piece. And then once I did all of those adjustments, I used a Beyond the Pink Door Think Pink fabric I got, I want to say in the fall sometime. Yeah, I hadn't made that one up just because the color just is not for me. I don't like it on me. It's a gorgeous color. I just don't like it on me, and I didn't know what to make with it. And I realized this week that I was in dire need of some pajama bottoms. So I decided to pull out my Beyond the Pink Door fabric and use it to make Luna pants to wear as pajamas. So I got cutting in my fabric with my newly adjusted pants pattern and sewed them up. And here are my final pants. I am in love. They are comfortable. There's not a line to be seen. There's a tiny bit more fabric in the front for some reason, but I think that's just the fabric. This fabric is a little more stretchy than the scuba. Yeah, not that it's super stretchy, but it's a little bit more stretchy than the scuba, but not so much extra fabric that that they're not wearable. So I am super, super pleased with what I've done with the Luna pants pattern for knit fabric. Now, when I saw the results I was getting for knit fabric, I figured, look, this would be the perfect pants pattern to make some nice summery viscose or like lyocell twill type fabric for pants, for spring summery pants. So I cut up a sheet that I had. It's woven fabric. I have no clue what fabric that is. I'm guessing there's some polyester in there, but whatever. Cut it up again as a pair of shorts using my adjusted pattern. And this is what I got. So as you can probably tell, the fit is not bad. I'm not getting a million drag lines, but they are snug. Like they are too snug. when I sat down in them, I could feel the seams popping. So yeah, not gonna work. So I'm gonna need to do some further adjustments to make them work, or to make the pattern work for woven fabric for me. But I think if I just add a smidge on the side seam of both the front and the back, that'll give me enough room um, to move about and to be able to sit down with woven fabric. So my plan for this coming week is to try to make that adjustment. So basically what I'm going to end up with is 2 patterns for the Luna pants. I'm going to have a pattern for knit fabric, which is what I have now, and I'm super, super happy with it. And then I'm going to have a different pattern. I'm going to trace that one for woven fabric with a smidge more room in the side seam, and see how that works. So for this week, I'm going to try to make a second muslin out of woven fabric and see if I like that. I have a bit of actual muslin fabric left, and I'm going to try that this week, and I'm super excited. The other thing too is, although the Luna pants are an elasticated waist pant, and I said I wanted proper trousers this year, because I don't have a huge difference between my waist and my hips, the elastic doesn't gather a whole lot. So it doesn't look like there's a ton of extra fabric. And I wear my tops on top of the waistbands. I never tuck anything in. So I think I can get away with an elastic waist. Plus, I mean, let's face it, elastic waists are very, very, very comfortable. I work from home, so I think the Luna pants pattern is going to go a long way in helping me make some more pants. Now, what I'm also going to do, and I got this idea from Angela from Me and My Fabrics, I'm going to create basically a template of the crotch curve on the Luna pants. Now that I know that that works perfectly for me, I'm going to make a template of that and compare every other pant pattern to my template and make that adjustment on the new pattern before even trying a muslin or cutting into fabric. And I think that's going to help. So what do you think? I'm super, super happy. And this was really not as hard as I thought it was going to be. When I really stopped and logically looked at, where are those drag lines coming from? Where do I feel the pants pulling on my body? Then it just became very obvious that all I needed was a little extra room at the inseam, which I don't know why that never occurred to me before. Like on any other pair of pants that I made, I just could never figure out where is it that I need more room. So I don't know if it's the pattern, or if it's, I don't know if a light bulb finally went on in my head. But yes, I'm really happy about the fit I'm getting on those Luna pants. And this is basically all I got up to in the sewing room this week. I made 0 progress on the outfit I wanted to make this month. 0 progress on the baby quilt. Yeah, that was pretty much it. As far as life, well, like I said, I've just been working a lot of hours this week, and so there wasn't much time for anything else. But we do, this weekend, we have one of our grandsons is turning 5, so we have a birthday party to go to on Saturday. And I am getting my nails done later on today. Desperate need of a manicure, so that'll be nice. But other than that, it's been very, very quiet around here. The question of the week from Jen this week is, in honor of Valentine's Day coming up next Tuesday, or this Tuesday coming, are you making something for someone you love? So I'm not making something specifically for Valentine's Day. No, and I never have, to be honest. Hubby and I do exchange gifts for Valentine's Day. He has been buying me flowers, chocolates, a stuffed animal every single year for as long as we've been together. So like for 17 years now. And I like to get him either an arrangement from, I think it's edible arrangements. So a fruit basket or chocolate dipped strawberries, that kind of thing. But this year, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different and get us tickets to go see Cirque du Soleil. They have a new show here in Montreal starting in April. And I know he loves those shows. So I'm going to see if I can get us some tickets to go see that. So what about you? Do you sew for Valentine's Day? Do you make presents for the people you love? I would love to know. So put that in the comments below. All right, and that's going to do it for me this week. I hope you are well. I hope you had a great week. I hope you're going to have a wonderful weekend. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please give the video a like on your way out if you liked it, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.